Hi everybody, welcome. On the 4th, 5th of February, we've got a new moon in Aquarius at 15 degrees and 45 minutes. And this coincides with the Chinese New Year of the Earth Pig. And the last time we had a specifically Earth Pig, the pig year comes around, of course, every 12 years. The Earth Pig was in 1959. So we're coming to a new cycle here. The pig has everything to do with prosperity, abundance, good fortune, wealth. On the negative side, apparently, it has to do with laziness, indolence, self-indulgence. And so at the time of this new moon, and the Chinese are very superstitious in many ways about what is good luck and numbers and all those kinds of things. With this Earth Pig energy, it's an opportunity for us to look at new ways, because Aquarius is always new, something new, creative, problem-solving ways to deal with our economy, to deal with our finances, your personal finances, how you see money. Is money for you something about just having to go to a job that you dislike in order to make money? Are you doing what you love and allowing that money to come and trusting and knowing it's coming? Because we just had the full moon eclipse in Leo, shining a light on your gifts, your creative abilities, your passion, the things that you love, getting in touch with them. And these always come in pairs. So we have the Leo energy, which is about you and your gifts, and the Aquarian energy, which has to do with giving those gifts to the world with love, with that love energy. As you can see, I'm so fortunate. I love what I do. So I give it away for free. A lot of the time, I do all these videos for free. I love doing it. It's an opportunity to share the passion that I've got about astrology and all things unseen and metaphysical, including channeling more recently. So what is it that you bring that is unique to you, that can never be copied by anyone else? Because there'll never be another you. And then what is it you want to share with the world? And begin to share it freely. Yes, really see this as a new opportunity. I'm just going to share my love of photography, my love of writing, my love of animals, my love of people, my love of gardening, plants, whatever it is. Just set an intention to free it, to free your heart, and you might find yourself doing surprising things. That's what's happened for me largely with the painting. I never thought that I could paint. I have in fact painted a different kind of painting for this new moon in Aquarius, and usually I do it at the end of the video. But Aquarius for me is always a wake-up call, always an opportunity to do something differently. So I'll present you the painting now. You see, this was my new moon, Chinese new moon, year of the pig painting. People have said they can see all sorts of things in there, including a cockerel and a camel and all kinds of things. So be interesting to see if there's anything you see in there. So the sun, moon together, of course, in the new moon, and Mercury are together in Aquarius. This is the perfect energy for solving problems, for coming up with new ideas to situations. Always remember that when we're dealing with one sign, to keep in mind the balance of the opposite. So think about Leo and think about coming from your heart, always from the heart energy. And then think about new ways in which you can use that heart energy and give it out to the world. And yes, many of you might be thinking maybe, oh, this is a bit Pollyanna-ish, this is a bit all nicey-nicey. We've got problems in our world. I've got personal problems. Yes. And if you can surrender your heart and ask for the love vibration to come through you. I noticed that I was getting a little impatient recently in interaction where I couldn't reach a client, and I'd set aside this time and she wasn't answering her emails or a Skype or a phone, nothing. And so I got into this energy of Mars-Uranus, which can be quite impatient. I felt it rising in me. And then I thought, no, I'm just going to pray for that love energy to come through. So that when we did speak, I wasn't angry. I didn't come from that space. As it happened, sometimes the universe is giving you a message, a wake-up call. Aquarius is always for me a wake-up call. Did you get that? Did you hear that? That kind of a thing. So the message really with this client was, in fact, because it was so difficult, I in fact ended up refunding her money. It was just, I very, very rarely happens, I have to say, very, very rarely, but I had to trust my gut. After about 5 minutes into the reading, I could see that this just wasn't going to work for either of us. So, and you know, I stopped it with, I'm hoping, the feeling of heart energy, because I felt a great deal of love in that, rather than wanting to plough through with something that just wasn't working. Yes, it's a bit like going the long way to somewhere and taking 4 flights to get to somewhere that's rather close. Well, just why not take a direct flight and don't make it so difficult? So sometimes I do have to say to somebody, I'm not the right astrologer for you. Yes, you're looking for a psychic and not an astrologer. Astrology doesn't give definitive lessons, definitive answers. Will my business, will I be accepted onto a particular course on a particular date? Maybe. I can look at your astrology and say, yes, it looks as though you're under some good aspects. It's quite a good, strong possibility, but not definitively. So when somebody's wanting something very definitive, it's usually a psychic you're looking for, and a very good psychic at that. So, what is your wake-up call? Mars and Uranus together, whilst it can be very impatient in Aries, very, gonna have to watch your impatience, maybe with traffic, any kind of situation. It's very good for exercising, for doing something physical when you feel that coming up. If you can move your body, or sing or shout something if you have to, because the good side about it is it can bring you instant manifestation. It can be like, wow, suddenly something comes together for you. When you least expect it. It could be that romance, it could be that person, it could be that job, it could be that career you've been looking for, that opportunity, those friends, that just something suddenly blossoms. Surprise encounters, Uranus trine to Venus, fabulous aspect. So become aware of people around you, and maybe the most unlikely people you might get into a conversation with. It could be just something unlikely. It might be a tree. Yes, Uranus again may bring you a surprise. It might be an animal, might be a bird. But just notice that this is a wonderful time for a love encounter. So it's an opportunity to be spontaneous. It's an opportunity to let out your eccentricity. I know I'm very eccentric, and I know particularly here in Greece I get a lot of queer looks because I do quite a few funny body movements, largely because of the channeling, so it's not something that I can control, but I'm just kind of used to it now, and it's all right. I don't glare back. I used to glare back and say, you know, that kind of energy, what are you looking at, pal? But now I just think, okay, it just looks a bit odd to the normal mind. And now Aquarius is all about getting you out of that normal conditioned mindset and taking you to something bigger and wider. Aquarius rules our internet, our connections together, and our ways together of creating more of the things that we really want, and how we can facilitate and help one another along that journey. So, you see, unusually I've spoken longer than I anticipated to. Again, some Aquarian energy obviously coming through. So I wish you a wonderful new year, Chinese New Year and new moon in Aquarius. Bye for now.